Up with KREM begins now.
Good morning. Welcome to Up with KREM. It is 6 o'clock now. Happy Friday, guys. I'm Nicole Hernandez. We want to get to our meteorologist, Thomas Patrick, with Brandon T. Jones out there at the Coeur d'Alene Street Fair. And Thomas, I know you just said finally cooler, but my take on it is, why is it cooler on the weekends? Like, that's when I can go hang out and swim and go to the lake. I want it to be warmer on the weekends.
Unlucky, Nicole. That honestly is just kind of the simplicity of it, because we have had some years past where the weekends have been absolutely the hottest days, and then it cools down during the week. So if you're in Nicole's shoes, you wanted it a little hotter just so you can jump in the water as much as possible. But if you're street side, you kind of want to take the edge off a little bit.
Absolutely, and especially after that hot start to the week or midweek, whatever it was.
And you've been out here like most mornings, and you know how warm it's been, even at sunrise.
Big time. It's kind of like, it's for me, Nicole, it's sad as I drive in and I'm like, it's like 70 degrees at 4 a.m. What's going on?
Why am I still using the air conditioning?
Yeah, no, I like the cool down.
Same here. By the way, beautiful, beautiful morning. Check this out. We still got the rainbow in the sky there. It got so vibrant too. I mean, what I was just commenting on is the optics of, like, if you look just to the left of the violet, you can actually still see kind of like another like mini rainbow that's just hugging the inside of the arc. Absolutely beautiful stuff out here. Just a little sprinkle, by the way. We got the tiniest little sprinkle and a little bit of the sunrise giving us that beautiful sight this morning. But yes, our temperatures have cooled off just a little bit in comparison to earlier in the week. Right now it is still 64 degrees in Coeur d'Alene, 68 in Spokane, so it did get below 70 this time around. And if you look at northeastern Washington, over Deer Park and Colville, it's 58 for your current temperature. Now, the one thing that isn't going to change today is the chance for a scattered shower and thunderstorm. Of course, a lot of people here in Coeur d'Alene have asked us about the weather forecast. I said today it's hit and miss. And you know, you could be on a different side of town and get hit or miss. So that's kind of the game we're playing today, but at least the weekend ahead is looking to be absolutely phenomenal and dry, most importantly.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Brandon and Thomas. All right, quick look here at I-90 and Jefferson. Nothing really happening on our roads right now. This is, of course, very clear here, right near downtown. Across the rest of I-90, things clear as well. We'll keep an eye on traffic every 30 minutes here on Up with KREM. One quick note, though, for traffic. WashDOT is starting work on Green Street by Spokane Community College this morning. The southbound left lane will be closed, so traffic will be moving slower. Crews started cutting into the road at about 6 o'clock this morning, so just a few minutes ago. This is all part of the work on the North Spokane Corridor Spokane River crossing. Again, work started just a few minutes ago, and they should be wrapping up by 7 o'clock this evening. One of the firefighters killed on Canfield Mountain about a month ago was the Coeur d'Alene Battalion Chief, John Morrison. Yesterday, the department promoted a new battalion chief to take over his spot. They promoted Captain Tom Hiltonbrand. In a post on Facebook, they said he is a pillar of the department for his dedication, strength, and compassion. The department also said they still, of course, feel Chief Morrison's absence. They said his legacy lives on in the continued service of those who follow in his footsteps. The Kootenai County Fire Chief, Chris Way, is leaving Kootenai Fire. He accepted a new job as an EMS chief in South Carolina. Our news partners at the Coeur d'Alene Press say his last day will be Wednesday. Deputy Chief Pete Hawley will now take over as interim chief. Right now, crews are working on 5 different projects in the Central Valley School District. They're all meant to make schools safer for students. The projects were supposed to take 6 years, but the district fast-tracked the work. So now they should be done by next summer. 10 schools will get double-door vestibules. It's basically an extra lobby attached to the main office to make it easier to identify who is trying to get into the buildings.
Previously, when they entered the front door, they were in the hallway. They had access to the entire school. This allows us to, kind of force people to check in the office. If they need to go beyond that area, then they're allowed to do that.
This summer, Green Acres Middle School and 4 other schools have been under construction. Just that is costing the district close to $2.8 million. Next summer, another 5 schools will go through similar renovations. The school district got the money from a capital levy that voters approved last winter. Well, if you're heading out to the country music festival Watershed out at the Gorge, you'll probably see more law enforcement out there. Washington State Patrol says they are partnering with other law enforcement agencies so they can do high visibility enforcement patrols. WSP says they will be targeting DUIs, speeding, and aggressive and distracted driving. Just a reminder, Watershed starts today and goes until Sunday. Investigators are still trying to figure out what caused a fire to spark at a Firestone out in Spokane Valley. The fire caused a lot of damage, about $500,000 worth. A representative from Firestone says they're just grateful nobody was inside the building when the fire broke out. While the fire did not spread to the store area of the building, it did cause significant smoke damage. Another tire shop nearby says this fire was an eye-opener for them.
Definitely a big eye-opener. It's definitely a risk that we live with every day. We got flammable fluids around, a lot of flammable items on the shelf. So it's definitely hits real close to homes. Probably one of our worst fears in the tire industry is a fire like that.
Today is World Lung Cancer Day. The point is to raise awareness because lung cancer is the most deadly cancer in the U.S. Overall, the amount of lung cancer cases is going down, partly because less people are smoking. But for some non-smokers, the number of cases is actually going up. Mount Sinai found that women are more susceptible to lung cancer despite never smoking. They think this is because of a non-inherited EGFR gene mutation, which can lead to uncontrolled cell growth.
Why it's happening, but we think it's most likely a combination of either a genetic predisposition for a mutation occurring, but also environmental factors such as increased air pollution.
People think, well, I never smoked. How would I ever get lung cancer? How could that be? So I think that it's very important to raise awareness, especially in younger women.
And this is interesting. The sugar substitute sucralose could make cancer treatments less effective. A study from the University of Pittsburgh found melanoma and some lung cancer patients who are eating a lot of sucralose have lower survival rates and a worse response to immunotherapy treatment. Researchers are trying to find a way to not have to change patients' diets, so they're testing different proteins that could help with this sucralose problem. Kidney disease in cats has always been a big problem. So Washington State University's veterinarian school developed a brand new way to test for the disease. They created a genetic test that you can do by just taking a swab of your cat's cheek. It would really give you an idea of if your cat is susceptible to kidney problems. Chronic kidney disease can cause kidney failure and even death. So the school hopes this test will help get cats treated. The Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife says they are planning to euthanize up to 2 wolves from the Togo wolf pack. They live up in Ferry County and have been attacking livestock. The department says they have documented 3 attacks in less than 30 days. WDFW says their plan is consistent with the Wolf Conservation Management Plan. They will give a final report on this next spring. The U.S. Forest Service seized over 100 gallons of illegally harvested huckleberries in Boundary County last week. Our news partners at the Boundary County Daily Bee say authorities think the people who picked them are undocumented migrants who fled from Border Patrol during a traffic stop back in July. The Boundary County Sheriff's Office will donate the berries to a local food bank. And they say everybody should stay on marked trails and report suspicious activity. Well, getting down to Southern California will be a little bit easier starting next year. Alaska Airlines will start flying direct to John Wayne Airport in Orange County on January 7th. The flights will come into Spokane at about 2 p.m. and then leave back to Orange County at 4:30 p.m. Allegiant already flies direct from here to John Wayne, but they only fly twice a week, so this will give people even more options. In the meantime, Alaska already flies direct to both LAX and San Diego. The Salvation Army's annual Burst a Bus campaign is today. The campaign helps gather new school supplies for our local students. If you're interested in helping out, you can drop off new school supplies at the Walmart on Wellesley or the Fred Meyer off of Division. Out in Spokane Valley, you can drop the supplies off at the Fred Meyer on Sprague. The Salvation Army will then give out what they collect on the 13th at the annual Backpacks distribution event. We have more information about the Burst a Bus event on our website, KREM.com. The Coeur d'Alene Street Fair kicks off this weekend, and that is where KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones is live this morning. Brandon, you're giving us a bit of a sneak peek. What do you have?
Good morning, Nicole. Well, it's been awesome just to see the transformation just in the last hour. So lots of great things happening this week. And of course, the Coeur d'Alene Street Fair kicks off as of today. We've got Mackenzie Ferris. She's been helping us. And Mackenzie already has the face paint going on, you know, in celebration of an awesome weekend ahead. How are you doing?
Good. How are you, Brandon?
I'm good. So where'd you get the face paint from?
Sparkles Face Painting, one of our vendors here at Street Fair.
All right, so they're going to be having all of the good face paint. I know all the kids especially are going to be excited about that. Can you talk to us about this great weekend? This is more than 30 years that it's been happening here in Coeur d'Alene.
Yes, yeah, this is the 33rd annual Street Fair in downtown Coeur d'Alene, where Sherman Avenue, 7 blocks of it, is going to be transformed with more than 250 vendors.
250 vendors. That is awesome. A lot of them right here, right? Locally owned, right?
Yes, yeah. A lot of the downtown businesses will have a booth out in front of their storefront, and then we also have all the best vendors in the Northwest.
All right, that sounds awesome. Things kick off today, right? But it's a full weekend of events, right?
It's a full weekend. They kick off today at 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. Friday and Saturday, and then 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday.
All right, so we had a chance earlier this morning to try the donuts. Did you get a chance to try some of those?
Yes, yes.
All right, which one was your go-to?
Lanterns Donuts. They have a Meyer lemon candied one that is phenomenal. Amazing, amazing.
It really was amazing, like the crunch factor. I want to continue to talk about the donuts we've got a donut, someone's eating a donut right behind us, and she's like, yeah, it's perfect. This is like a 5-star donut, folks, like Michelin rated, you know.
Michelin rated, gourmet, with a pastry chef. It's not any donut, it's Lantern Donuts.
That's right.
Yeah.
Is that their actual slogan?
No, probably not.
That was good though. They need to reach out to Mackenzie because that was awesome. That was awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And from here on out, each hour I'm going to try to make sure I mention Lantern Donuts because they're just bomb. Thank you. We'll toss it back to you in the studio.